At last hears a chanting on the heights, and the far speaks, and the unknown grows near. He crosses the boundaries of the unseen and passes over the edge of mortal sight to a new vision of himself and things.
So it's quite clear, isn't it, that
Yes.
this world traveler, this mortal being, and all of us actually have to travel this greater world.
Mhm.
The word chanting here, Indians don't sing melodies, they chant. And so this is a very important word. At last he hears a chanting. We chant to the mother, we chant to Sri Aurobindo, we chant to the gods,
Mhm.
chanting on the heights. And therefore the far speaks, and the unknown grows near.
Mm.
It is only unknown because we don't know it yet, but it will be known one day. So this time traveler has to cross these boundaries of the unseen. He even has to pass over the edge of mortal sight to a new vision of himself and things. And this is exactly what Mother and Sri Aurobindo have been doing all these years of our life,
Mhm.
trying to get us
Mhm.
to a state of calm and peace,
Mhm.
opening and surrender, of enjoy to this new vision, which is the supramental. That is a new vision of himself and things. All around us will change and is changing. I believe I told you that I have seen so many new flowers.
He is a spirit in an unfinished world that knows him not and cannot know itself. The surface symbol of his goalless quest takes deeper meaning to his inner view.
Deeper
His,
meanings, deeper meanings.
okay, take deeper meanings to his inner view. His is a search of darkness for the light of mortal life for
Yes.
immortality.
You see how critical these words are.
Yes, yes.
Every word that Sri Aurobindo has placed has come from the highest realms. They're not
Correct.
the English we know. They may not even fit into our understanding of English.
Yes.
So we have to read very carefully. So first we have him finding a new vision of himself and things also. All the things around us, he begins to see in a different light. He begins to see in hatred love, in anger calm. See, he has a new vision of himself and things. So
Mm-hmm.
what is he? He is a spirit in an unfinished world. And that we know very clearly that this world is completely unfinished and has a long way to evolve. But this world doesn't know him, that knows him not and cannot know itself. This world cannot even know itself as yet because it's a world built in the ignorance
Mm-hmm.
and it has to somehow move into light. So the world cannot know the greatest sages, the greatest avatars,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't know itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't even know aspiring man that knows him not and cannot know itself. Now, he has a goalless quest because he doesn't know any goals as yet.
Okay.
He's crossed the boundaries of the unseen. He has passed over the edge of mortal sight. He has gained a new vision of himself and things. And this is the world that he has to explore by traveling through this world. Because he suddenly hears this chanting on the heights, and the far begins to speak to him, and the unknown even grows near. So, this world that knows him not and cannot know itself, then there's a colon there, because Sri Aurobindo is going to continue for some lines. The surface symbol of his goalless quest. You see, to everyone, it would just be a surface symbol. Oh, this person is trying to look peaceful and calm, and it's just a surface symbol, but not to the traveler of the worlds. The surface symbol of his goalless quest, it takes deeper meanings to his inner view, not his outer view, his inner view. And why is that? There's a semicolon there. Because his is a search of darkness for the light, of mortal life for immortality. Now, why is it a search of darkness? Because in the ignorance, we cannot see. So we have to search through darkness to find the light. So beautifully written. His is a
Yes.
search of darkness for the light, of mortal life for immortality. So we'll carry on.
In the vessel of an earthy embodiment, over the narrow rails of limiting sense, he looks out on the magic waves of time, where mind, like a moon, illumines the world's dark.
He has quite a bit to go over here. This is very, very important. So we see here again these symbols of the sea that keep coming up. A vessel,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Rail, the rails of the sea, but here's the rail, the magic waves of time. See how beautiful it keeps going.
Yeah.
Now, that started from the beginning. Uh,
Mhm.
all
The
of these
sailor.
images that Sri Aurobindo gave us on this is the sailor, on
Yeah.
this, yeah,
So,
okay. So
right.
now in the vessel, a vessel here is, of course, it's not a vessel like a cup or a bowl or a
Mhm.
vase. It is a person regarded as a holder or receiver of something. And it's usually something non material. But here it's material because it's in the vessel of an earthly embodiment. And an embodiment is a spirit, an incarnation.
Mhm.
So, in that vessel of an earthly embodiment, over the narrow rails of limiting sense. So, you see, when we look over the rails of a ship, how far can we see? Not
Oh,
very far. It seems like we can see eternity, and yet it's a small, small view of a part of the ocean. Over the narrow rails of limiting sense, he looks out on the magic waves of time. Now you see here how Sri Aurobindo moves us from this purely physical and material image
mhm.
constantly into the highest heights of, of experience, magic waves of time. But we
Mhm.
don't really know what they are, but we know what time is.
Yeah.
because time and space are the conceptual movement and extension of the Godhead in us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, very, very important. Huh? And it's, you can say in another sense from Life Divine, time is a manifestation of the eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I want to share with you is from the synthesis of yoga because it's extremely important. Time presents itself to human effort as an enemy or a friend, as a resistance, a medium, or an instrument. So we can see time in many ways. It can be an enemy, or it can be a friend. It can be something that resists. It's a resistance. It doesn't want us to move forward. Now, the last sentence is the most critical one. But always, it is really the instrument of the soul.
Oh.
Time is the instrument of the soul. So we go back to that last passage. He looks out on the magic waves of time, where mind, like a moon, illumines the world's dark. Because mind is not like the sun, it's
Mm-hmm.
like a moon, it's a reflection
Wow.
of light. And it's illumining a little bit the world's dark. Okay, I think we can go on for a little more.
So, Narad sir, just one question here. So, this is more like the inner journey that um, a soul
That
has
we
to take.
all that we
Yeah.
all must take, yes. We
Yes.
are the sailor on the flow of time.
Yes.
We're moving through time
Uh-huh.
from birth to birth.
Mm-hmm.
Not one shot like the Christians say or Muslims say, but it's a timeless journey from time to time. We die, born again, we die, we're born again, and each time there is a progress. We
Mm.
never go backwards. The soul
Oh.
never goes backwards. The Egyptians felt that if one was evil, one could go back into an animal's body.
Mhm.
But that, Sri Aurobindo says that's totally false. We always progress. It may be a small progress, but there's always progress from birth to birth.
Okay.
And grateful for that. Where
Mhm.
mind, like a moon,
Mm.
illumines the world's dark. Please
Mm.
continue.
Sure.
Or
Okay.
drawing. There's a
Mm-hmm.
kind of suffusion or a highlight of light and color. That's limbed. So we see
Oh,
one
okay. Uh-huh.
depicted by a painting or a drawing. Can be half limbed, it can be fully limbed. But now there is limbed, ever retreating from the eyes. So he's seeing something, or we're seeing something that is
Mm.
that seems to be depicted like a painting or a drawing, but it's retreating from the eyes. It retreats
Mhm.
from our eyes. We can't hold it. And
Mhm.
he's going to continue with the same theme as if, sure,
There
there
is
is,
limbed ever retreating from the eyes, as if in a tenuous mystery, dream-like drawn,
no, no, it's not a mystery, it's a misty.
misty, yeah.
It's
As
like
if,
a mist. You know, when you wake up and you see a mist in the morning,
right,
it's misty, not mystery. As if in a
as
tenuous,
in a tenuous, misty, dream-light drawn, the outline of a dim, mysterious shore, a
uh,
sailor.
no, that's a full stop there. There is limbed, sort of like a drawing, description of a painting or something, but it's ever retreating from the eyes, as if it's in diluted or rarefied or insignificant, misty, dreamlight drawn. So it seems to be drawn like something misty. And, we have many, many great artists who have painted the mists
Mm, mm, mm,
and where you can hardly see through it. So our ourselves, our sailor on the flow of time, is seeing something. What is he seeing? He seems to be seeing the outline of a
mm,
dim, mysterious shore. Now, look at these words here. We've got the mind here, but it's like a moon
mhm,
that's making the world's dark a little lighter. And
mhm,
then there is this limbed, this sort of highlight with color or illumination that seems to be ever retreating from the eyes. Why? Because it's as if in a tenuous, misty dreamlight drawn, the outline of a dim, mysterious shore. Okay, carry on. We have a few minutes. A sailor?
Sure. A sailor on the inconscious, fathomless sea, he voyages through a starry world of thought on matter's deck to a spiritual sun.
Wow, lots here. Oh God. So we see that on this, we can say, sea journey,
Mhm.
because Sri Aurobindo is using that image to us all the time. We are like a sailor, but a sailor on this fathomless sea of the inconscient. And the inconscient is a reality.
Mm,
Its resistance is present everywhere and at all times in its tremendous and boundless mass. That's from the letter on Savitri. So he wants us to know that the inconscient itself is only an involved state of consciousness, which, like the Tao or Sunya, though in a different way, contains all things suppressed within it, so that under a pressure from above or within, all can evolve out of it.
mhm.
And it's the
Okay.
last resort of the ignorance. But there's the possibility that we can evolve out of it, and therefore we voyage through a starry world of thought. Interesting. It's a starry world of thought. And now, again, this image voyaging, we have the sailor, the fathomless sea. It's the longest imagery in all the English language.
Sure. And Narad, so one last question here. So, matters deck to spiritual sun, does that mean from the material world to the spiritual matters is the
Yes,
material world, right?
yes, it
Right.
does. Yes, it does. He calls it matter's deck, which is our earth, our clay earth.
Uh-huh,
We're evolving from that to
uh-huh.
the spiritual dimensions of life.
Right.
So
Very powerful. Okay, I'll start from a greater world.
a greater world, yes.
A greater world time's traveler must explore. At last he hears a chanting on the heights, and the far speaks, and the unknown grows near. He crosses the boundaries of the unseen and passes over the edge of mortal sight to a new vision of himself and things. He is a spirit in an unfinished world that knows him not and cannot know itself. The surface symbol of his goalless quest takes deeper meanings to his inner view. His is a search of darkness for the light, of mortal life or immortality. In the vessel of an earthly embodiment, over the narrow rails of limiting sense, he looks out on the magic waves of time, where mind like a moon illumines the world's dark. He is limned over retreating from the eyes. There is limned ever retreating from the eyes, as if in a tenuous mystery dreamlike drawn, the outline of a dim, mysterious shore, a sailor on the inconscient's fathomless sea. He voyages through a starry world of thought on matter's deck to a spiritual sun.
Well, I think now you've had an experience today of me going a lot slower and you going a
Yes,
lot slower. And is it good for you?
yes, the meaning reveals through those pauses more
And
and more.
that's why you read so well today. Namaste. See
Namaste.
you
Thank
next
you,
week.
Narad, sir.
Okay.
Sure. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.